recording it. Okay. Just let it go here. So this is a module 4, okay? Can you see the screen clearly? Can you see the screen clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
So module 4 is what? The module title is Communication Through Band Limited Channels, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Band Limited Channels.
Okay.
So first title which we are going to study is a digital transmission through band limited channel. The first topic is digital transmission through band limited channels. Okay. And the following topics we'll see one by one. So we'll go to the first topic now. Okay. Megha?
Yes, ma'am.
Drawing that there. Okay, this is the first topic, digital transmission through band limited channels. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
what is a band limited channel? What is that, Ra? You can see somebody scribbling on the screen.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what is that. Okay, so digital transmission through band limited channel. So it's like you remember the second module we studied was analog white Gaussian noise channel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that there the channel will be full of noise, analog white Gaussian noise. Here they are speaking about band limited channel. So we will be transmitting the signal in a channel
Band.
limitations. Okay. The topic, see the topic, digital transmission through band limited channels. Okay. So examples, listen, that they are taking example of the channel as a telephone channel. See, so when two people are speaking, they are speaking through a channel in a telephone, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, a band limited channel example is a telephone wire line is characterized as a linear filter. The channel is considered as a linear filter. They are taking the channel as the telephone channel, okay, and that channel is considered as a linear filter with impulse response C of t and frequency response C of f. Impulse response means what, Ra? What is impulse response? What is impulse response? Nobody is answering. So when we send
Whose amplitude is equals to 1.
Yeah, the impulse signal is there, right? So when we send the impulse signal through this channel, the response of the channel is called impulse response. Okay. And the
Yes, ma'am.
Fourier
Sleep,
transform.
baby, sleep there.
Yeah, the Fourier transform of that is frequency response C of t. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So that can be written as C of f is equal to C of f is equal to minus infinity.
Correct.
C of t, who is that correct character?
It's not possible.
Okay, C of f is equal to minus infinity to infinity C of t e raised to minus j 2 pi f t dt. What is that, Ra? Nothing but we are taking the Fourier transform of the input signal C of t, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as we said, this is a signal. Okay, that signal's magnitude can be drawn like this, and the phase response can be drawn like this. Okay, the magnitude between this particular band minus BC to plus BC because it is a band limited channel, right? And the frequency is only in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Coming to this, if the channel is a baseband channel, that is band limited to BC. So as we said before, the channel is a band limited channel, right? Yes, Rabia. Hello. So when the channel is who is that?
Or me only, ma'am.
See, when the channel is a band limited channel, it should be only within the particular channel, right? Yes. If the frequency is going greater than FC,
Bandwidth.
can you see my mouse activities? Can you see my mouse activities?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
if the frequency is greater than FC, അതായത് ആ particular bandwidth in the greater ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ?
Ma'am, beta C or BC, ma'am?
BC.
F is greater than, what is BC, ma'am?
Bandwidth of the channel, bandwidth of the channel.
Okay, ma'am.
Here you see, here BC minus BC plus BC, right? Can you see
Yes,
the?
ma'am.
So if it is greater than that,
Ma'am, your voice is breaking, ma'am.
what? Can you hear?
Your voice is... now I can hear, ma'am.
So if it is greater than particular bandwidth, then what happens, Ra? The channel does not take the particular signal, right? Mega?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is why we are writing here CF is equal to 0. Can you see that CF is equal to 0?
Yes, ma'am.
CF is equal to 0.
0.
Okay. Any frequency component at the input to the channel that are higher than BC heads. Can you read that? Anyone read? I want to see whether you are able to see that mouse where I'm pointing.
Yes, ma'am.
What is that? Any? Read, Megha.
Any frequency component and the input to the channel that are higher than BC hertz will not be passed by the channel.
Okay, so that is what said in this equation. Okay, if the frequency is greater than BC, then that will not be allowed in the channel. Correct? Correct, Megha?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what we need to do, for this reason, we consider that the design of signal for transmission through the channel that are band limited to particular bandwidth. So, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಡ್ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಮೇಘಾ ಅಯ್ಯೋ, nobody's here.
Omega is there, ma'am. Even Aishwarya, somebody joined, ma'am.
Okay. So, Rabia, you understood the problem here. The problem is what, Ra? One channel is there. We have to send our input only through that particular channel. Yes?
Okay, ma'am.
If the bandwidth of the input signal is greater than the particular channel, then the signal will not be allowed through the particular channel. That is a problem. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have a solution for this problem. What is the solution? Nothing but we need to design the signal. See, for this reason, we consider that the design of signal, we need to design the signal in such a way that the signal should clearly pass through the channel and the bandwidth of the signal should be inside that bandwidth of the channel. Understood, Rabia? What is the solution of the problem?
No, ma'am. No.
What no?
This point, ma'am, for this reason, we consider the design of signals.
For transmission through the channel that are band limited. So the signals should be designed in such a way that the signal is band limited to that particular bandwidth. Got it? Got it, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
you understood the problem and you understood the solution, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now coming to this, W will denote the bandwidth limitation of the signal and the channel. So signal should be inside this bandwidth and the channel also should be inside this particular bandwidth. So W is nothing but the BC. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, this much we said, this is just the introduction.
Bandwidth limitation.
We just said about the introduction. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to pass the input and see how it is going to respond. Okay.
Input is G of T, ma'am.
Wait, that I'll say. So this much we said about the introduction. Now I'm going to send the input. Now if the input is bandwidth
ma'am.
So this input signal I'm taking and I'm going to this band limited channel. Now the response of the channel is the convolution of GTFP with. So what does the channel do? It takes the input signal GT and the channel will be having a response that is said as C of T. Yes?
Ma'am.
What? Voice is, you cannot hear? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
What is it? Tell me.
Ayo. What is this? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when we send this input through the channel also will do some work to the input signal, right? Then the response of the channel, you please observe that where I'm keeping my mouse, okay? Then the response of the channel is the convolution of input signal GT with the channel response CT, okay? That is showed us the input signal CT and the channel response CT. We are doing the frequency response of that. So it is finally we'll get the output H of T. H of T is nothing but impulse response of the channel. Okay. So H of T is nothing but impulse response of the channel, which is nothing but convolution of C of T and the input signal G of T. Got it right? Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we are going to write it in terms of frequency domain. This time domain is converted to frequency domain, that is H of T is equal to C of F into GT of F. What GT is nothing but the input signal frequency domain. C of F is nothing but the channel response in frequency domain. Okay. So here, where GT of F is the Fourier transform
Impulse response.
of signal G of
Impulse
T,
response.
and H of F is the spectrum of H of T. H of T is what, Ram? H of T is nothing but the
Impulse response in time domain.
Okay.
Time domain.
Okay. So, this point, does the channel alters or distorts the transmitted signal G of T? Correct? What is my input? Input is only G of T. Yes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But when I pass the input through the channel, I got something C of X, C of F, one extra component. Yes? So, thus the channel is doing some alteration. Yes, the channel is altering or it is distorting the transmitted signal G of T, correct? Is right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now let us assume that the signal at the output of channel is corrupted by AWGN noise. Something disturbed the input signal, right? That is assumed as a noise. A noise. That noise is called AWGN noise. What is that AWGN? Analog white Gaussian noise. Analog white Gaussian noise. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, it is useful or not? Can you able to follow? Okay. When the signal at the input to the demodulators. So this modulation part is over. Now coming to the demodulator, what we have H of T and we have N of T, right? What is H of T here?
Impulse response, ma'am.
Okay, so impulse response, like we are, the impulse response is there, that one noise is adding, right? So from the previous chapter, we know that in the presence of one noise, if we have a noise with the signal, then we have to use a demodulator. We have to use a demodulator. And what does the demodulator do? It filters the input and it maximizes the noise ratio. Okay, Megha.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
So what are the two things we need to do now?
What, ma'am?
What are the two things we need to do? We need to so yeah,
Demodulate.
why we are demodulating? Because we are having a noise, right? Because we are having a noise when we transmitted the signal in the channel. So we need to demodulate. So demodulation is nothing but filtering the signal. So when we do the filtering, what happens? The signal to noise ratio increases. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now what we are, let us pass the received signal through a filter. So we have to pass the signal through a filter, and the frequency response of the filter is denoted as this GR of F. Why it is R? Why it is R? Anybody can say? Why it is
Response.
why is response a receiver? So transmission is done.
Receiver, okay.
Already transmission is done. Input signal is there. The input signal is converted into impulse, right? Plus we are having a noise because we transmitted it through a channel. Yes. So coming to the receiver part, so receiver GR of F is equal to their filter response. We have to filter the signal in the receiver part to overcome the noise. So filter response is said as H negation of F raised to minus J 2 pi F naught. Okay. Where T naught is the time delay which we sample the output. So we need to do filtering. So for filtering, we need some time duration that is represented as T naught. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The signal component at the output of match filtering. So now we have done filtering, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So after doing this filter operation, we are going to get this Ys of T naught. So we filtered with the time duration T naught, right? That is the reason here we are representing T naught. And why it is S? S is nothing but the input signal. We are getting the signal back from the input, right? So it is represented as Ys of T naught is equal to H of F modulus square df. It's nothing but what is H of F? Our impulse response is there. Impulse response is denoted as H of T, right?
It is. This is in frequency domain, ma'am.
That in frequency domain. Adana integration ella madre, we will be getting the original signal back. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. DF.
Then this is nothing but the signal. Correct. This is summation. We are just representing it as EH. Finally, we are getting the signal back. That is represented as EH. Okay. This is the energy of the output, which is the energy of the channel output. Okay. So now noise component at the output of filter is represented Sn of F. Okay. Okay. So 1 minute, I'll just say the thing from the beginning. So, in a very short manner, in a very short manner so that you will understand much clearly. Nothing. What is that? We are studying about band limited channel, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in band limited channel, only signal will be passed within a certain bandwidth. If the signal is having bandwidth greater than that particular bandwidth, then the channel will not allow the signal to pass through. Band limited channel. Okay. We are allowing a signal to pass through that channel. So when that input signal is taken as E of t, so when the input signal passes through the channel will affect the input signal. So the input signal will be corrupted by a noise. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So finally we get input signal is G of t, and when the input signal is allowed inside the channel, we get H of t. H of t is nothing but input signal into channel response. Okay. So now the noise is added to the input signal. Correct? So we
Yes,
need
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
what we need to do, we need to filter the input signal to take out the noise separately and the input signal separately. So for that, we are passing the input signal to this match filter. See, to this match filter, and taking the original signal back by doing integration of this impulse response. And we are separating the noise back. Understood? That's all, nothing else. And this is nothing but the variance of the noise.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
understand? At least you got an idea.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll share this document to you in WhatsApp. So you just go through that, you'll understand much clearly. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Rabia,
Yes, ma'am.
just say what did I say?
What, ma'am?
What did I explain till now?
From beginning, I should say, ma'am.
Whatever you understood, I say just for making sure that you people are getting it or not. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳು what you understood.
For transmitting something, there is one channel. Through that channel only, we should transmit this, like telephone.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ.
Listening, ma'am.
Listening. You say listening. Say Rabia.
Noise
Then,
is
From the
corrupted.
beginning. Say clearly from the beginning.
H of t is impulse response in time domain. H of f is impulse response in frequency domain. We are taking and that we are doing some derivation, ma'am, for spectral density.
Okay. So in one word, what to say in one word is I have a input signal. It is a pure signal. Input signal is a pure signal. But when I transmitted the input signal through a channel, the input signal got corrupted by a noise. Okay. I'm coming. I faced a problem that the input signal is corrupted by a noise. So to overcome that noise, I'm doing filtering and all those things and taking the signal back separately and noise separately. Understood?
Yes,
Understood, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now I sent the notes in seconds. You just go through that, so you'll understand very clearly. After that, if you have some doubts, you ask me. I'll explain again. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. We'll see one more topic.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. We'll see. So the second topic is digital second band transmission, band limited, band pass channel. Okay. So what is the difference between this topic and the previous topic?
That was band limited.
This topic is transmission band limited channels. Okay. So this topic is second topic is digital transmission, digital and transmission. Only the difference is what? Span transmission, pulse amplitude modulation. We are doing pulse amplitude modulation of the input signal. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
In the previous topic, we have taken the input signal and we send the input signal just like that to the channel, right? Here, we are taking the input signal and we are separating the input signal into small pulses, that is pulse. And then we are doing amplitude modulation of the input signal, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Then we are transmitting the input signal to the channel. What the difference between the previous topic and this topic? Have you got the difference between previous topic and this topic? Okay. So now we have a block diagram for this. Input signal is there, input signal, and we are passing the input signal through a filter. Okay, and when we pass the input signal to the filter, we are getting the responses V of t. Got it? So that
Yes, ma'am.
V of t is passed through a channel. So in the channel, what happens? Noise will get added to that. Okay. And after, what is this? When the noise is added, it is denoted as R of t. So what we need to do in the receiver part, we increase the noise. Okay. So we are having a receiver filter. And the output of receiver filter is denoted as Y of t. But here we have a problem in the receiver filter. Whatever we are receiving, that we need to do again sampling. That is, here we are using a sampler. What is? Why this? Okay. So we are using a sampler in the receiver, and so when we have sampler, takes the input in samples. So receiver filter is giving the output here, and that will be taken by sampler, which takes only small samples at a time. So that we have to give some particular timing for that. So for that we are using this simple timing estimator. Some timing we are giving to the sampler, and then we are using a detector to get the output. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you
Okay,
understand
ma'am.
the block thoroughly, and this topic is just like that, only with that block diagram we can understand it. Okay. So what we are doing first, we are taking the input signal. Okay. So here we are having transmitter filter. Actually, in this transmitter filter part only, we are doing this one, pulse amplitude modulation. And that signal is passed through the channel. So in the channel, the signal is affected by the noise. So now we need to remove the noise. So we are sending it to receiver filter. So after the receiver filter, we are sampling the signal. For sampling, we need some timing for sampling. How many samples for how many seconds. So we have a timing part here and sampler part here. And so we are detecting the original signal back and we get the output. Understood? So now, this is nothing but the block. The device has a transmitter filter with the impulse response G of t. So G of t, the impulse response of transmitter filter is G of t. Here it is written as G of F, frequency part. The linear filter channel, we are having a channel. The channel is having AWGN, receiver filter with impulse response G R of F. It is nothing but we are explaining this diagram. We are having a sampler which periodically samples the output. Sampler. and symbol detector. We have to detect the symbol from the sample. We have a symbol detector, and sampler requires the extraction of timing signal. How many samples? So we have a timing part here. Timing signal serves as clock, which specifies appropriate time interval. So nothing but it's saying about this clock. So from here we are going to start the working. Okay. Megha? Somebody there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So have you understood the introduction part of the second part? Megha?
Yes, ma'am.
Introduction artha aita? Yen
Yes,
introduction?
ma'am.
Block diagram you understood, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now we are going to start the operation. Initially, what we are doing, we are taking an input. Input is the binary sequence. Okay, na? Our input,
Yes, ma'am.
we are going to subdivide. We are going to subdivide the input into k bit symbol. As I said, you here our topic is what? Our topic is PAM, right? Pulse and modulation. So we have to convert the input signal into. We have to convert the input signal into small pulses. So
Small pulse.
binary sequence is subdivided into k bit symbol, and each of the symbol is mapped corresponding amplitude level. So each of we are splitting the input signal into small pulses, and each small pulse will be having different amplitude level. Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And what we need to do after converting into small pulses, we need to do amplitude modulation there. That amplitude modulate output, we have to do amplitude modulation after splitting the input into small pulses. Okay. Then we have to send it to the channel. Okay, as per the block.
Yes, ma'am.
We are taking the input signal, splitting into small pieces. Amplitude modulation is done. Then we are sending it to the channel. Okay, na?
Channel.
That is here. Now, the V of t, we'll be getting V of t as, where is this V of t? Here. Okay. In this V of t, what we will get? Small
What
pulses.
is V of t, ma'am?
What, Rabia?
V of t. Input signal only, no, ma'am?
Input signal is not V of t, right? Input signal is converted into pulses and amplitude modulation is done. Then that is called as V of t. Okay, na?
Okay, ma'am.
So that V of t is represented as here. See, V of t is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity A of n. This input signal is G of t. Okay. Input signal, we are splitting the input signal t minus nt. Small interval we are splitting, right? Okay, this n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. The time interval is from minus infinity to infinity. Okay, got it? And an is nothing but the amplitude. We are splitting it into small amplitudes. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Got it? This is happening to the input signal. So where t is nothing but k by rb is the symbol interval. The small interval, as a small pulse interval, that time is denoted as k by rb, and 1 by t is nothing but inverse of time is nothing but the frequency, symbol rate. Okay. RB is the bit rate, and AN is nothing but the amplitude levels corresponding to the sequence of k bit. Got it? Understood, Rabia?
Yes, ma'am.
This Aishwarya is not joined, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so we got it. Now what we are doing, we are sending that thing to the channel, right? The channel output, which is a received signal at the demodulator, may be expressed as R of t. Got it? So now we'll see the diagram. Where is this R of t? Yeah, VFT. Yeah, we got this VFT that is sent to the channel. In the channel, noise is added. Then that is called RFT. RFT. Correct? Correct. Navya?
Yes, ma'am, I'm understanding.
So what is RFT? Nothing but VFT is sent to the channel and noise is added. That is called RFT. So we'll see how it is written in equation. How it is written in equation. RFT is equal to summation of minus infinity to infinity AN. Amplitude is there. So when it is coming inside the channel, it is represented as H of T minus NT. Correct? Impulse. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So H of T minus NT plus noise is added. In the block diagram we saw, right? Noise is added.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Noise is added.
Now H of T is nothing but impulse response of the channel and the transmitter. H of T is nothing but what? Input signal is changing with respect to the channel, right? Correct? Are you getting it? See, what is the difference between this equation and this equation? Right here it is G of T. When it is sent it into the channel, it is converted as H of T and N of T. So H of T is nothing but
What is N of T, ma'am?
what? N of T
Noise.
is written here, right? Noise and that.
Noise, yes, ma'am.
So here G of T is changing with respect to channel as H of T. Got it? So where H of T is the impulse response of channel and the transmitting filter. So H of T is nothing but what? The input signal G of T is getting multiplied by the channel response. That is called impulse response H of T. Understood that? Have you got it here?
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
got it? How our input signal is changed as H of T? In equation 1 only. In equation 1 it was G of T. But in equation 2 it is changed as H of T. Because it is sent inside the channel, it is getting multiplied by the channel response and it is converted as H of T. Got it right?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, now, so C of T is nothing but impulse response of the channel. N of T is AWGN noise. What is AWGN? Saeed is there.
Analog.
An analog
Yes, ma'am.
white Gaussian noise. Analog white Gaussian noise. We studied about this noise in the second module itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now. So noise is added. So the received signal is passed through a receiver filter. So now what we need to do? We need to send the signal. The signal is mixed with noise, NFT, right? So we need to send it to the filter. The received signal is passed through a linear filter, GR of T. The frequency response of that is GR of F. Okay. So we'll see that in the diagram where it is. In our diagram, see, we got this R of T. Now in the R of T we are sending to the receiver filter, correct? So we are going to get the output Y of T. Okay. We will see that in the equation. We will see that in the equation. This R of T, I am going to send it to the receiver filter. I am going to send it to the receiver filter. The receiver filter is denoted as GR of T, and the frequency response of that is GR of F. Am I going much faster? Able to understand?
No, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So now here we have a condition. What is a condition? If GR of T matched to H of T. What is my H of T? H of T is what is H of T, Ra? What is H of T? What we studied before. What is
Impulse.
impulse? So the channel is doing something to the input signal, and that is represented as impulse. If this receiver filter response is matched to the impulse response H of T, then output signal to noise ratio is going to be maximum. Okay, that is we are going to get more noise. Okay, so we are going to do the filtration part. The output of the receiver filter may be expressed as Y of T. in the diagram we saw the output of the receiver filter is represented as y of t. Yes. So in equation, how will we write output of the receiver filter? Y of t is nothing but summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity a of n x of t minus n plus b of t. This equation, how we got this equation? Have you understood? See here, the equation 2, what is there in equation 2? This is same, an is same. Here also, equation 3, you see, summation is same, amplitude is same. Here it is changing as x. Here is there, in equation 2, we have h, impulse. This impulse is into the filter. This impulse is sent into the filter to get where is that? To get x of t minus nt. So x of t is nothing but the impulse multiplied by receiver filter. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is said here. This is my input. H of t is nothing but what? Input signal multiplied by channel. Correct? Here it is there. H of t is nothing but input signal multiplied by the channel multiplied by the receiver filter. Together, everything called as x of t. Got it? Got it, Rabia?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, that is how this, in this equation 2, where is that? The equation 2, in place of h of t, we are changing as x of t minus nt. And this n of t is changed as v of t. We'll see that what is it. X of t is, now you understood x of t, right? So what is x of t? It is nothing but impulse response. We are filtering that in the receiver part, so we'll be getting as x of t. And v of t is nothing but the previous noise multiplied by filter. So in the receiver part, we are doing filtering, right? Got it, right? So in equation 2, it is n of t, and when we are doing filtering of this n of t, we get, where is that? We get v of t. So v of t is nothing but n of t multiplied with the filter response, receiver filter. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, ಈಗ filtering ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ we should recover the original signal back, right? To recover the information symbol, so we have initially splitted the input into small signals, amplitude an. So we have to recover that. The output of receiver filter, again we are going to do sampling for that purpose. Okay. Okay, so we are doing sampling here. So we are again doing sampling, that is shown in the figure here, right? There is my figure here. This much is done. Receiver filter part is there done. So I should get the original pulses back. So I am doing sampling here. I am doing sampling here. That is explained in the equation as I'm doing sampling here. Thus the sampler produces the output of, see, this is my output y of t, and when the y of t is sent into the sampler, we are going to sample it for m small pulses. Nobody's here. Where is the girls?
Girls are not there, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you are getting it right. We got this output y of t, and that is sampled. So first we are sampling it for m small pulses. So y of mt. So we get what are the, everything is same. Summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity, amplitude. Here x of t minus nt, we are going to sample it for m small pulses. So m of t minus nt. So here also t, here we are doing it sampling for mt. Got it?
Okay.
So this equation can be written, or equivalently this equation can be written like this also. Summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity getting an, x of m in this m of mt is changed as m, nt is changed as n, plus mt is changed as m. For simplifying purpose, we will be writing mt is changed as m, nt is changed as m, n. Here v of mt is changed as m. Understood? For simplification, we are writing like this. Right, Appa?
Yes, ma'am.
So this equation, you can see it is having the interval from minus infinity to infinity, right? So we are taking only one sample out from that. That is n is equal to m. There will be one interval n is equal to m that we are taking separately, and wherever n not equal to m, that we are taking separately. Okay. So when this n is equal to m, when this n is equal to m, we are going to wait for a minute. Okay, so when this m n not equal to m, separately we are taking, then n is equal to m, that time we'll be getting n is equal to m, right? So an will change as am. Getting it? Are you getting this part? So here we have an. So when n is equal to m, this n will change as m. When n is equal to m, m minus m will get what? 0. So that is why we are writing x 0, m minus m, x 0 and a of m. Only that part we are writing separately, and wherever n not equal to m will remain as it is. Okay, Ra?
Okay.
Right. So this equation. So this is nothing but simplification which I said before. Yeah. So here m varies from 0, plus minus 1 to etc. up to infinity. That is so. This now this is my final equation. This equation 5 is my final equation. In this, the first term of equation 5 is the desired symbol. This is my input signal back symbol am, scaled by gain parameter x naught. When the receiving filter is matched to the receiving signal h of t. Okay. This is my, after filtering, I should get the original signal back. That is x naught am. This is my input original signal back. It is scaled by x naught. Scaling factor s naught is showed by this term. What is that? Minus h square of t dt. Okay. This is again the same only. H of f is nothing but original signal. This is of not much important. What is x naught? The answer is, we have, see, this is my final answer. We have 3 terms. First term, second term, third term, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We have 3 terms. In this, the first term is going to be my answer. The am is the amplitude of the answer. X naught is the scaling factor of the answer. What is the scaling factor is shown in the equation here. And the second term is called inter-symbol interference. Here I just said. The second term of equation 5 is called inter-symbol interference. Okay, Ram? Inter-symbol interference in the inner channel, there will be many signals sent. So there will be interference due to some other symbol, that is called inter-symbol interference. And the third term Bm represents additive noise. So this is my final answer. This is my final answer. This is the answer. This is inter-symbol interference. This is additive noise. Okay. So
Okay,
now,
ma'am.
okay. So the second part, inter-symbol interference. Third term is additive noise. Now what we need to do? I need to do some additional design to remove this second part. By appropriate design of transmitter and receiver filter, it is possible to satisfy the condition xn is equal to 0 for n not equal to 0, so that the inter-symbol interference vanishes. Okay. Second part is there, right? I need to do some change in the design and make n equal to m and make this part equal to 0. For that, I need to do further design in the transmitter and receiver. Got it? Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay, I need only this part. I don't want the second part. Second part is simple interference. For that, I need to do further design and remove this part. And this part
Yes.
is dish additive noise that will be there, that cannot be removed. So this is what they're saying. By appropriate design of transmitter and receiver filter, it is possible to satisfy the condition xn is equal to 0 for the second part, so that the second part vanishes. ISI, intersimple interference, vanishes. If that happens,
Yes.
the only term which cause error is the third term. Only the third term will remain, and there will be small amount of error due to that third part. Got it? So finally, the input signal is back, but it is not purely as we sent. It is having a 5%, a small amount of noise, but it has overcome maximum amount of noise. Have you got it? So now Megha is there. So any one of you explain what you understood? Recording here, no? Anyone explain what you understood? Everyone is going.
No?
Ma'am, I are here.
Sai, understood, right?
Yes, ma'am, I understood little bit.
It is useful to do like this, or it is of no use? Simply shouting. Okay, I'll be sharing the notes.
For we are getting some.
What?
Yes.
Okay. Anyways, I'll
Ma'am,
share.
except for-
I'll share the same thing in WhatsApp now. This two topics.
Okay.
Please go through the same now itself, because now you understood the theory, and if you go through now itself, you'll understand much clearly and study the two topics. Okay. And I'll see when I can
Okay.
arrange my next class. So bye for now.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay, ma'am. Bye. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.